What's going on, y'all? Machiavelli Mills TV. So look, y'all, in my previous video, I spoke about Sage Steele, ESPN reporter, leaning into a harmful stereotype of black men being all absent, basically being absent in their children's lives, right? And so in the video, I spoke about how Sage Steele said that she finds it funny how Barack Obama identifies as being black when he is biracial due to the fact that his black dad was nowhere to be found, right? And I spoke about how that was a slap in the face to black people as she leaned into a stereotype that a lot of bigots use to degrade our people often, right? And so when I spoke against it, I looked through the comment section and I see a lot of people telling me that Sage Steele is allowed to have her own opinion. Black people are not monolithic. We can all think different. Why are black people not allowed to think different? Black people aren't allowed to think different. Black people are all supposed to think in uniformity. Why is it that way? Why can't black people have a different opinion? And let me just say this. Let me give a response to this. I know black people are not monolithic. We all can like different things. We all can have different tastes in certain stuff. We all can come from different environments, different walks of life, so on and so forth. However, what I will not have a tolerance for is a black person spewing harmful rhetoric that bigots use, often to degrade our people and label us as degenerates. I will not accept that. I will not accept it at all. So if you're looking for a channel who is looking to be fair on issues where black people are spewing the same harmful rhetoric or leaning into stereotypes that bigots often use to talk down on our people, and you want somebody that's going to just be fair in that analysis, it's not going to be over here. I'm not going to be fair when it comes to that, right? When you out here doing stuff like that, I'm going to check you, and I'm going to check you loudly and clearly. All right? The people that I'm talking about may never see this. I'm just a small-time YouTuber. But I have a love for my people, a genuine love for my people, where I'm not going to just sit by and not say something regarding things that what I feel is wrong, right? And I find it very, very offensive when it's my people that are saying some of the foul stuff that I hear bigots on national TV talk about black folks a lot, right? I hear certain bigots get on TV, not even just on TV, on social media, say certain things about certain situations involving our communities. And, they perpetuate these stereotypes of our folks, or, they try to push these narratives, again, that our folks are just degenerate people and stuff like that. And so when I hear black people regurgitating those same sentiments, it gives ammunition to those bigots. Like, oh my God, their talking points now have ammunition. Now their words have some type of validity because another black person is out here spewing the same type of rhetoric. And that's what those bigots often wait for. They sit in the cut and they wait for black folks, some bootlicking black person to come out and regurgitate the same type of sentiments that they've been spewing, and they say, yes, we got us one. Yes, see, he gets it, right? When Lil Wayne came out and was speaking that coon type talk, when he was talking about basically talking down on Black Lives Matter, and I ain't talking about the Black Lives Matter organization, because no black person that I know ever donated to that organization. It was the sentiment that Black Lives Matter that we were attaching ourselves to, because we saw unarmed black people getting gunned down in the streets unjustly, unarmed black people, and we attached ourselves to that sentiment, that phrase, Black Lives Matter. And then I saw Lil Wayne get on TV and basically shit on it and talking about all he cared about is his gang and all that shit, perpetuating a negative stereotype of people, right? I saw bigots clapping it up for that, trying to give Lil Wayne kudos and all of that, saying Lil Wayne gets it, and it pissed me off because Lil Wayne sits in a prominent position that he's being elevated because of his great artistry and his music, right? And so many people, he has a huge audience, and he's using that to spew talk, to basically act like racism doesn't exist, to act as if black people was out here using our voices to combat something that was imaginary. When we heard him speak about racism in the past in his music, that pissed me off, right? I said it to say, it's a lot of black people that have strong audiences, and they get on these big platforms and they talk down and they say regurgitate the same the same harmful rhetoric that these bigots use. That shit is not cool. It's not ever. It's never gonna ride over here. Cause they be a lot of them biggest, them racist people. They wait for black folks to get up there, begging for them butter biscuits and say exactly the same stuff they've been saying. And again, it makes it look like their statements or their beliefs are justified when they label us as degenerates. And so when I see a black person doing that, hell no. It's no room for that. And black folks ain't got no room to try to be, oh no, he can think differently. No, fuck that. Okay? Fuck that. Alright? When it comes to harmful rhetoric against our people saying, leaning into stereotypes of our folks, I'm never gonna be okay with a black person going up there and trying to give validity to that. I'm never gonna be with a black person trying to use their voice to try to spew talking points as if like to lean into stereotypes and spew talking points as if like, yeah, we are a degenerate group of people or whatever. Like, no, I'm never gonna sit by idly as a black person gives ammunition to racist talking points. It's never gonna happen over here. So all that black people can think differently, all of that, yeah, they can when it comes to certain issues. But when it comes to our people and racist rhetoric and negative stereotypes of our folks, I'm not gonna ride with that. I'm gonna call you out. Yes, I'm gonna call you a coon. Yes, I'm gonna call you a bootlicker. Yes, I'm gonna call you a Sambo probably. You know, when you say certain things, and it's not just like, oh, you know, I know the difference. Yes, there's a certain thing about accountability within our people that I believe that yes should be taught and should be spoken about. But when you get up here and try to make it seem like we just a criminal group of people that can't get right on any type of level, when you start leaning into racist terminology or racist ideals about our folks, that's when the buck stops right there with me. It's over with. It's over with over here. You never gonna see me co-sign no shit like that. Never. Not as long as I'm breathing. I love my folks too much. And it's not just me talking for no likes or nothing like that. Me as a man, as I've grown and matured in my mind over the years, I understand I understand the weight of certain statements from certain people. A statement like Lil Wayne saying racism, he thought racism was over. Because he got all different type of mixed group of fans. I thought that was the stupidest shit in the world, right? When I saw Morgan Freeman go up here and say the quickest way to end racism was to stop talking about it. I'm like, no, we have to talk about it. How can you solve an issue by acting like it doesn't exist and just not leaving it in the air? It's gonna linger at that point, right? When ASAP Rocky was out here, he ain't Al Sharpton. He could just, all he gotta do is be back black and die and so on and so forth and all that. When people be talking certain stuff, and then when they get in certain situations, then look for coverage or coverings from black folks after you done basically shitted on us in a certain type of way, I'm not gonna stand for it. I'm not gonna be out here. It's no time to be monolithic. I mean, it's no time to have all this. On certain issues, black people need to be on code, is what I'm saying. We need to be on code on certain things. Because other groups of people are often on code as well. And I have nothing against people who are like that, right? But, you know, when I see these certain comments from certain people, they be, all black people don't got to be monolithic and all of that. And I say there's no disrespect. But if you're not a black American, some of this stuff, you just got to be black to understand what I'm talking about. You got to be black to understand what I'm talking about, right? And I know it's some people who aren't black who understand exactly what my sentiments are and why I feel the way I feel or whatever. But to really understand the root of that and the pain that it causes when I hear black men who talk all this gangster shit and talk all this tough ass talk, get up here and start talking down on your folks. You start regurgitating you start using all these racist talking points, and you start when I see black men get off cold and talk about what about black on black crime when we're talking about certain things, like what are you doing, brother? What are you doing? When I see that, I look at that like, oh my God, I thought you was this tough ass dude. Now you out here curling up in the corner. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's when things all bets is off right there with me, man. You know, and speaking about the whole situation with Sage Steele leaning into a racist stereotype that black men aren't there for their children or so on and so forth. That's what she was trying to do. It was a smack in the face to the black community. I spoke about how men like myself, some of my best friends, my uncles, my cousins, my brother, my older brother, we are all in our children's lives, and we always been from day one. And ain't going nowhere, ain't went nowhere, and ain't never going nowhere. There's so many examples of men who are like that. So it's like, when I hear that, yeah, I'm going to get pissed off. But she went on a national platform, not a national platform, she went on Jay Cutler's podcast. But her having an elevated platform, being an ESPN journalist or analyst or commentator or so, ESPN personality analyst, with her having that platform, that was harmful to our folks. And when people out here saying harmful things or undermining us trying to advance, undermining our advancement, I'm gonna speak against that. I ain't riding with that at all. So, you know, people telling me black folks can't be monolithic. A lot of times, black people aren't monolithic and all that. You don't think I understand that? You don't think I know that? I know that firsthand. But there are some things we have to be monolithic on. We have to show uniformity on certain things. That's the only way for our people to advance to the state that we want to be at. Okay? Because other groups of people be on code like it ain't nothing. When it's time for our folks to be on code, there's always a group of dudes trying to act like, oh, well, I just think and when I say that, of course, I'm not trying to say only the intelligent group of people or whatever are this and that, but I'm saying there's always a group of people, when it's time to be on code, there's always a group of people saying, well, what about black on black crime? Well, man, you know, those black fathers, man, they're not around, man, or basically spewing things, just saying certain stuff that is just directly undermining our folks. Hey, man, Colin Kaepernick needs to stand up, man. Just need to be grateful he's over here in this country. Black folks getting killed by the police. Hey, man, you know, just got to be grateful we here. Like, you know, like what? There's always a group of folks over here doing stuff to throw off the movement, throwing off progression, right? And I'm going to say this too, because I know this shit coming. Yes, there are people within the black community who throw out progression by perpetuating the stereotypes that I don't like. Yes, there are gang members and stuff who do that as well. But I just want to tell you that there are college educated, extremely educated men who have great vernacular, who can get up here and speak with the best, who work in corporate America, who wear certain ties and so on and so forth. And they get up here and they can be coons too, okay? They can be harmful just as harmful to our folks by getting in these rooms with these higher ups and latching themselves on to racist ideologies about their own folks, and then coming and regurgitating that shit to the public as black folks in them prominent spaces. That's what get me pissed off. I'm never gonna let that ride. Man. And that's why. And I think some black folks that are especially black folks in corporate America, it's a comfortability that comes with that. You know, you get comfortable, you know, and you start even buying into certain things. Oh, you one of the good ones, right? I heard that so much, you know, I didn't hear it so much, but I felt like people try to play me onto that type of stuff too. Like, I went to college. I got a bachelor's degree, a master's degree, and so many people would be like, "Well, look, Malcolm, you did it. You did it. Why couldn't the other ones do it?" Right? In so many words, they were trying to say this to me. Sometimes they flat out said it. Then I had to check them and tell them, "Hold on. I had different circumstances within my household, right? I had a mother who was knowledgeable about how the poor the school systems were in the neighborhoods that I lived, and she sought other options to try to get me to go to a very, very good school to get a proper education. She took me outside of the neighborhood and had me going way out my neighborhood to try to get me in a great school to where I can have a shot academically to succeed and get to the level of get to the college level, then and excel, right? She put me in certain programs that was outside of our neighborhood so that I could test well on the ACT, so on and so forth. My pops was taking me to these certain things, certain functions. My pops was giving me direct access to those resources so that I can elevate above my community, above my surroundings. Everybody doesn't have that. So to try to act, that's why I don't never fall into the "you're one of the good ones" tropes, because I feel like at that point you're just trying to say that the other people who are around me that didn't go to college and didn't get a master's degree like I did, like they were lazy. That's the only reason. When hold on, there are different circumstances in every single household, right? I knew people that was growing up, their parents, like they had to go and stop. They basically couldn't even go to college because their mother couldn't afford it, or they had to help their mother pay rent, pay bills. You know what I'm saying? They had to help their father. Their father got sick. They had to go to work to help their mom. Their father was sick. You know what I mean? All that is so many different circumstances that other people was faced with. So I don't never fall into that. But what I'm saying is the people who are in corporate America who start turning their nose up at black folks and start throwing those labels on us and those same degenerate tags on us. Black folks, they start throwing those same degenerate tags on us that bigots do. They do it because they start getting comfortable. They start being comfortable in corporate America being one of the good ones, right? And then they start looking down on black folks and trying to basically what's the word I'm looking for? They start trying to play us in a way where it's just they make it seem like every negative stereotype of us is just a true thing. And it gives validity to the biggest, the stuff they've been saying about us for the longest, right? So on this channel, yeah, I'm gonna want on issues with our folks. Ain't no room for diverse opinions on certain things when it comes to like people leaning into negative stereotypes about our people. People labeling us as degenerates. Ain't no room for, yeah, they kind of are right. Yeah, I can see they're right. Yeah, they're right. Black people do gangbang. There's no room for that shit over here. There's no room. Black folks got to be on code. We can't afford all that. No, because there's not a lot of us in these prominent positions that have a certain voice that people will listen to, right? So the ones that's in those positions, they have to be very responsible to not throw us under the bus and label us with them same bullshit tags that racist individuals do. It's a lot of racist individuals in the majority population who look at us like we're vile, like we're scum of the earth, and they send a black person out here to say those things to try to give it, to solidify this shit. And that's the shit that pissed me off. So in this channel, if you want to hear somebody who is biased, when they hear a black person talking down on us, who is unbiased and who's going to be fair, when they hear a black person spewing or saying negative stereotypes of our people, you want to hear somebody that's fair on that and balanced, don't come to this channel. It's not going to be fair and balanced over here when I hear a person cooming. I'm going to call it out. I'm going to check it. And I'm going to check it strongly. I'm going to check it proudly. I'm going to check it with my chest poking out. And I don't give a damn who get mad. I don't care who thumbs down and shit. I don't care about none of that. I'm going to speak my mind on this channel, right? So when I said that about Sage Steele, yeah, I was pissed off. She leaning into a stereotype that black men don't take care of their kids, and she did this shit on purpose. So I came out and checked it. And I don't care who get mad on that video either. Just like I don't care who get mad on this one. I feel how I feel. And again, on certain issues, black folks got to be in uniformity. All that, oh, you can think different. That's bullshit. We got to be on code. I'm not trying to hear all that thinking different and all that. No. Because that thinking different with how you talking about black folks. Oh, yeah, man. Black folks, shit. Them black folks just, we got to, in order for the police to stop killing us, we got to stop killing each other. What the fuck? What does one have to do with the other? You know what I'm saying? Yes, I'm a black man who does not like black men harming other black men, right? I don't advocate for killing a nobody, for real. But I damn sure don't advocate for my people killing other people, killing our own people. But at the same time, when black folks kill black folks, they going to jail for a very long time. When black folks kill another dude, he going to jail for a long time. Police doing it, a lot of the times they get slapped on the wrist, paid leave, right? And then one group of people, the police, law enforcement, are paid to protect and serve. So they have their job is to protect and serve, not to shoot unarmed people. This is not how it's supposed to go. So, yeah, I'm going to say how I feel on this channel, and I don't give a damn who get mad, but I'm telling y'all, black folks can't afford to be having all these different opinions when it comes to people throwing us under the bus. Ain't no, yeah, she can have a different opinion. I'm not pussyfooting around with it. I'm not being meek and mild with that shit. I'm going to check it, okay? So you come on this channel, and if you're not black, you maybe not going to understand that, okay? Some things you may not understand unless you black. Some stuff you got to be black to understand is certain the depth of some of this shit, okay? And I know it's other people and other groups of ethnicities who understand exactly what I'm talking about, because I've seen them stand in solidarity with black folks when we come out here and we talk about certain issues that's ailing our community, certain things that are unfair or unjust or not on the equal playing field for us, and they stand in solidarity because they get it, right? But there are other groups of people who don't get it, who think we just out here bitching and complaining and whining and all of that, or they know we ain't bitching and complaining and whining, or they just want to say that to not give validity to shit we saying, right? But there's some people that I don't get it, why they can't think different. Some stuff, brother, you gotta be black to understand what I'm talking about. Period, man. Machiavelli Mills TV, like the channel, leave a comment, share the video. I appreciate y'all for rocking with me. Subscribe too. Peace.